Oh my god. Takizawa Sato. That last page, dude. Do you see how fucking warped and twisted and utterly dominated by the ghoul essence that Dr. Kano and Edo have forced upon him? He's fiending straight up. Oh my goodness. Sato. I knew that, Sato would come back. Along with Amon, along with, whatever, the multitude of CCG members that went missing that Aogiri and Kano took in to fucking experiment with. Sato, dude. Oh my goodness. He's so fucking... It's sad. It's so sad to see the state that he's in. He has no sense of himself any longer. I can tell all this in that one panel, that one page of Shida. The artwork throughout this chapter of Re was incredible, but that page, all the setups, everything that's happening with MUTSUKI, the different fight setups and what's going on, really, really good chapter. But that ending just stunned me. You see Kano being like, Edo, isn't it time for you to bring Owl out? Isn't it time for you? And he's like, Edo's like, you go, Sato. Just one of their experimental one-eyes right now is basically what is trash to them. They're sending Sato in. He has white hair, completely demented, similar to, the kind of transformation that would take place with Kaneki. And there's something key that I want to mention here. There's two things that could be very, very crucial. And I don't know, because let's just dive into it. Okay, first of all, there's a comparison between Kaneki, Sasaki, and Arima this chapter. And his movements in particular, like those movements, they're just like special class Arima, is what they're saying as Sasaki's going in during this chapter. Okay, what I'm getting at here is the very essence of Kaneki's transformations being signaled by his hair color, turning white and everything like that. The essence of his ghoul side kind of playing up and developing these multiple personas in Kaneki, right? With Sato being presented with white hair as well, in terms of being overrun by this ghoul essence that has been transplanted into him and becoming this artificial one-eye. Think about Arima and his hair color. This is just an offhand theory before I dive into the chapter. Think about his hair color. We've always wondered about Arima, and Arima is one of my favorite characters in Tokyo Ghoul. Let me clarify that right now. Based off of Tokyo Ghoul Jack, we don't really get much into his backstory other than that when he's presented to us in Jack, he's already a CCG investigator, right? But his hair is still fucking black or blue, whatever variation you want to call it, dark blue back then, okay? We know that Arima's hair is white now. We've always suspected some sort of superhuman nature to Arima. Maybe he was transformed into a ghoul in a similar fashion as Kaneki and Sato, and there was a madness that overtook him until he could control it. That signals his hair color change. Because we know that not all artificial one-eyes, Shira and Kuro, for example, their hair color hasn't changed or anything like that. I don't know if Amon's hair color changed. I think that Amon, is not as easily overrun as Sato. Sato's mentality was very fragile to begin with. We saw before he died with his whole testament and his will to live and his just utter fear in the situation where he was confronted by Tatar and just his arm was devoured by Nora and he was taken in. But that's just an offhand thing. Maybe, this is an indication of Arima potentially having some sort of ghoul nature to him. Just a random theory, because we've never been able to place our finger on it entirely. Arima's just godlike ability, and this could be one inkling into it. I'm sure there's a lot more beneath the surface that needs to be fleshed out, and it could also not be accurate, and the hair color change could have been off of something different. But I digress. That's just something to throw out there. Let's dive into the chapter right now. Now that I get over that initial shock of that last page in Edo and fucking Kano's dialogue, we haven't seen Kano this whole time, and we see him, and you see them working, fiending. I already talked about the comparison between Arima and Sasaki, and you see Sasaki just going in with these fucking nimble movements, slicing up people left and right. The Q squad is confronted by this ghoul with a huge ass axe like Bikaku. That was, they say, Shirazu says, was with Nutcracker. So they have that setup going on, things going on over there, right? That's the first part of the chapter. Then you have Kanea confronting MUTSUKI and Doom. Mitsuki just getting stabbed through the fucking stomach at the end of this chapter. The whole interaction between Kanea and Mitsuki, we're getting more exposition and more development for Kanea's character. He's like, I can't call you trash because that would demean what I'm about to present to Master Shu for food. His whole mentality is completely dominated with like a filial sense, a sense of servitude to Tsukiyama. And that dictates his every move. He's also, you can see it in his mentality, he's warped, he's twisted. Similar in a way of Tsukiyama. It's almost like, you know, Naki was to Yamori, Kanea is to Tsukiyama. Although Tsukiyama is much better. Tsukiyama is my favorite character. You guys know this. Nothing like Yamori is fuck Jason. Fuck Jason. I'm gonna say that right now. Okay? Mutsuki gets pierced. Torso comes in to save her, though. I knew that was gonna happen. I could see that shit coming a mile away. Torso comes in, just goes straight crazy, wheezing. He's like, Kanye, just fucking up. You see Kanye's face mangled. I'm like, dude, is that an indication of Kanye's skill level, or was he just caught straight off guard? And he's just like, you're not getting away. Stas Mitsuki. Sasaki's in for a rude awakening. There's gonna be a catalyst for him to go into a rage. Okay? We don't get to see any Juzo versus Ayato in this chapter, but it's already set up. It's already still coming. I love how, you know, Ishida put that little kind of map. You know, we haven't seen anything like this. It would have been so useful if we had a map like that back during the Anteku raid. But I love the map of just the different confrontations going on. Then you have Naki and the rematch basically set up right now with Akira. And just those two panels, Naki's twisted face and Akira's look of pure confidence and disgust in Naki. He's like, I should remember you. This is a fated confrontation, but I don't. I'm like, oh my god, the setups are real. Then you have Hinami relaying all the information. Oh, before I get to Hinami, because that's something I want to spend a little more time on. We see the triple blades, Mika I believe her name is, or something like that. The other subordinate of Aogiri that's with Naki. Dude, that fucking, what is that shit? It's not, I said Bikaku, but it's not. It's a Rinkaku, dude. That fucking Rinkaku. Same with the other dude. That shit is fucking insane. The fucking 3 blades coming out. Oh my god, the variation. I like to see the variation, dude. Ishida went hard this chapter. Artwork, writing, setups, that Sado page above all. And then you have Hinami relaying all the information between the various Aogiri agents present at the auction. Just straight up, you see the development of her abilities to do these things and sense various things and relay information like that. And she's basically senses Sasaki's presence. And she's thrown off entirely by that. It'll be so interesting to see Hinami confront Sasaki Kaneki during this whole thing. So many things are going down right now. This is an amazing arc, dude. This is an amazing arc. The first really high arc of Tokyo Ghoul read. I'm gonna say that right now. I don't think I've missed anything else in the chapter. I can't say, but I'm really hyped to see the Juzo versus Ayato. I'm really hyped to see the Naki versus Akira rematch because I think Akira's prowess has improved over these 3 years, and her rage and her sadness for losing Amon, for losing Takizawa, which if there's a reunion, if Takizawa shows up, you know, here, if they send him to go straight into the auction, that's going to, you know, unravel a bunch of things going on. And it's just gonna be hyped so much, so many things that are about to be going on. Then you still have Uta there. Uta's not done, okay? I don't know if he's just gonna slip away with the rest of Piero, or if they're actually going to try and do something, make some sort of move or an impact on where Sasaki's concerned, Mutsuki, so forth and so on. So many things are going down, dude. But that last page, that got me. And I don't think they'd be as I don't think Ishida would be as cavalier as to introduce Amon into the fray of all this craziness that's going on. But if that were to happen, on top of Sado, that's gonna be crazy. And it'll be interesting to see with this random thing. I'm not invested in this theory because I just came up with it on the spot as I was making this review, as I started talking in the beginning. But this hair color theory, it'll be even more furthered if, you know, Amon's hair is white as well. I don't know what the mechanics of it are because we know, like I said before, it doesn't happen every artificial one eye, but what the fuck. Maybe indications going to Arima and everything like that we can draw on and start to put a finger on what is the source of Arima's fucking godlike powers, my boy. Okay? Nevertheless, amazing chapter. Let me know your thoughts, any predictions, any theories you guys want to throw out there, and what you think are going to go down with the various setups. Who do you think are going to win these fights? The Ayato and Juzo one is the one that, you know, I'm most up in the air about, because they've definitely both advanced, and Juzo's a fucking monster. I put my money on Juzo's. Granted, he gets the Jason scythe, but it could go either way. Either way, I want Juzo to win. I want Juzo getting fucked up. It's not like it's gonna happen like that. I want Juzo to get his vengeance at the very least and force Ayato's retreat. That's how I want things to resolve themselves. The whole Torso, MUTSUKI, and Kanea situation is so fucked right now that I think MUTSUKI is either going to die flat out and be a catalyst for Sasaki, or she'll somehow cling life and she'll be used in some other ploys, you know, whether Piero's concerned, Aogiri is concerned, something or another. But this is a transitional point for MUTSUKI as well. And then you have everything with the Quincy squad. We have to see Shirazu go in individually. I want to see fucking Psycho go in, okay? And then Urie trying to tap into his newfound powers. That's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts. I'm out. Peace.